but I know a list that don't exist, and buddy, so do you.
The DOJ and FBI just released a memo on Jeffrey Epstein denying a client list and confirming his 2019 suicide, but public outrage and conspiracy theories are exploding as thousands of documents remain under review. Before I dive in and talk about why a real estate investor cares about this topic, let me give you the 4 key points from the letter just released by the DOJ and FBI. Number 1, the FBI found no credible evidence of a client list or blackmail scheme involving high-profile individuals. No uncharged third parties met the threshold for criminal investigation. Okay. The second thing found in the letter was over 300 gigabytes of data that was uncovered, including illegal content involving minors, and most of it remains sealed to protect victims' identities. Number 3, the letter confirms that Epstein's death was confirmed by suicide. There's video footage, autopsy reports that confirm that Epstein died by suicide in 2019. No evidence supports foul play. And number 4, the DOJ and FBI basically concluded the review and they're saying they're not releasing any more information. They basically state that speculation undermines justice and traumatized victims. So bottom line on everything Epstein is like, he didn't have any cohorts, no one else was involved, it was just him and he took his own life. Really? Well, let me tell you why I care about this. It's reigniting a massive conversation about how a man with a deep pocket and dark secrets operated above the law for decades. But behind the headlines lies a deeper question. How did he get away with it for so long? And is money the real villain here? Let's be honest, Epstein didn't have superpowers. He had money and enough to buy islands, silence people, and keep powerful institutions complicit, maybe even still now after his death.
He was known as this Gatsby-like figure of mystery.
He was stunningly rich. He had a $20 million house, his own private island in the Caribbean.
And I gotta wonder, does money actually corrupt? Maybe the rich are the problem. And here's the paradox. If I offered you $1 million right now, most of you would say yes to it. So what gives? If we all want more of it, is money evil or are we just misusing it? And let me be clear, what he did was horrific. His victims matter and justice still matters. So why am I, a real estate guy, actually talking about this? Because I teach people how to build wealth. And when someone like Epstein dominates the news, the uncomfortable questions surface again. Is money evil? In my seminars for years, I've been tackling this. Does money actually corrupt people? Is chasing financial freedom just a fancy name for greed? Stories like his, it makes that argument feel so incredibly real for me, right? It fuels this narrative that the ultra wealthy are what's broken in capitalism. But that's exactly why we need to talk about it, because I believe that there's another path, what I call being a millionaire minimalist, someone who builds wealth without being owned by it. So here's the crazy part. There's people out there in the world today that basically, they write money off. They basically say, I can't figure out how to get it. It's just evil anyway. And I kind of think that that's a scapegoat. But when you watch things like Epstein, it's like, I get why some people feel that way. But we also have a responsibility in life to take care of our loved ones, and a 401k and an IRA just doesn't cut it, right? The average person at 65 has $250,000 in a 401k. It'll give you like 3 years of living. You basically worked 40 years and you don't have anything to show. As the millionaire minimalist, I believe that young people in their 20s and 30s or latest in their 40s, they should buy real estate, and not homes to live in, but homes to buy and rent out strategically. And if you get enough of them, then by the time you're 65, you can have a few million bucks. You're not rich like Epstein, but you do have enough money to take care of business. You have enough money to residualize it and basically take your family on trips and maybe throw some money at charity and say, hey, I was a responsible human being in my life. And as a minimalist, I don't need the world and I don't need a private island, but I have what I need because I was smart about the game of money. It never controlled me, it never owned me, and it certainly wasn't evil. It was a tool, and it magnified my soul that I used to take care of my family. And don't forget, for every Jeffrey Epstein out there, you've got a Warren Buffett, a dude that didn't just make money responsibly, still lives in his original home and eats McDonald's for breakfast and doesn't have nice cars, and he just throws money at charity, not just wealth building. Or you got Mackenzie Scott, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, who won billions of dollars, and all she does is dole it out to charities because she knows that she can't consume it, she can't spend it. Those people exist as well, and I'm hoping that you and I can get responsibly good at making money so we can also make those kind of choices. So let's talk about Epstein. Let's talk about power, and let's talk about why your relationship with money literally might be the most important thing that you ever define. So if this is resonating, hit the like button, share this with someone. We need a better conversation around money. All right, number one, Epstein didn't just use money for comfort, he used it for control. Let's start with the facts instead of theories, right? Epstein wasn't just rich, he was strategically rich. His most confirmed source of wealth was billionaire Leslie Wexner, founder of L Brands. Epstein was his financial advisor, managing trusts, his real estate, and some estimate that he made over $200 million just from that one relationship alone, right? He also worked at Bear Stearns and later ran his own firm, J. Epstein & Co., supposedly serving only billionaires. Leon Black, founder of Apollo, paid him $158 million over 5 years. Now on paper, he looked like an absolute financial wizard. But if you peel back the surface, it starts getting murky. And aside from Wexner and Black, no other clients are confirmed. His firms had no public filings, no large staff, no investment track record, just secretly and offshore entities. And that's what fuels the conspiracy. Some believe his real business was just blackmail. Law enforcement found labeled discs in his home. Rumors of hidden cameras persist. While there's no proof that blackmail was his core business model, the secrecy alone is disturbing. And that's why it's tempting to blame the money. But the truth is, it didn't make him evil, it just let him scale his evil. Number two, wealth can hide evil in plain sight. What's wild is how long he got away with all of this, right? He wasn't hiding in some remote cave. He was donating to Harvard, hosting world leaders. He was showing up at galas. And even after conviction in 2018, he managed to rebuild himself. Why? Because money buys perception. It creates a distortion field and it makes people look the other way. This is a pattern we've seen before, right? When someone is rich enough, the questions stop. The donations keep institutions quiet. The charm buys social credit. And then soon, money doesn't just buy silence, it rewrites the story. And that's the real danger, right? Money isn't just a tool, it's a narrative weapon. But when people see that kind of distortion over and over and over again, they start to believe that the problem is the money itself. But that's only part of the story. The real issue is what the money amplifies when it's not rooted in values. One of the things I've always told my people is that money, it's neutral. It's really in the eye of the beholder, and it's really what you put on it that magnifies and expands. So the question is, what was money to Epstein? Well, it was a tool for evil. Hey, sorry to pause the video, but this is too important not to share. What I'm about to tell you could literally change your financial future. So hang with me for just a second because you'll want to hear this. If you're working 40, 50, 60 hours a week or more, and you're chasing success, and you're still feeling like it's not enough, maybe it's time for a different strategy. Me and my team are offering free financial game plan calls to help you get a break from the grind, stop wasting time on single-digit returns, and start building real passive income through smart real estate investing. I'm basically gonna put myself in your shoes and say, what would I do if I were you to get where you wanna go quicker so you can also have more time to live the life that you feel called to. Click the link below, book your free call today because I want you to live wealthy and live balanced. Number three, Epstein isn't the first to do this. He's just the most obvious, right? Epstein's in the headlines, but he's not the blueprint. Weinstein, Madoff, even some political and religious leaders, they all rose through power and they fell through corruption. So not all of them started evil, some were just ambitious, but unchecked wealth and isolation erode accountability. And over time, that corruption compounds. This is why money gets demonized, because we keep seeing it tied to moral collapse. But the problem isn't money. It's money without mentorship, without reflection, and without restraint. That's why, as the Millionaire Minimalist, I'm pushing a mindset. The goal isn't just to get rich, it's to stay anchored. Because if money is the fuel, then what are you really feeding? Now here's the fourth and final point of what we're learning about Epstein. Money isn't evil, it's a megaphone. It's an amplifier. The Bible doesn't say money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money is. It takes what's already inside you, it just makes it louder. So if you're generous, it helps you give more. If you're selfish, then it helps you take more. It doesn't change your character, it reveals it. That's why some people become philanthropists and others become predators. It's the same resource, but a different heart. So here's what I'm saying. Don't fear money, just get clear on who you are before it shows up. Because it's gonna magnify you and it's gonna reveal who you truly are. Make sure it reveals someone that you're proud of. Here's my last thought on this. Ultimately, wealth is a responsibility. It's not just a reward, right? Epstein's story, it's not just a warning. It is a call to wake up because money doesn't come with built-in brakes. It won't warn you if you're going too far, it just keeps going. And if your foundation isn't solid, your success can destroy you. And I've got a lot of buddies in my space as influencers, and I've seen it happen firsthand, which is why I teach people to build wise wealth, because when it's done right, Money can create freedom, not ego. It unlocks service, not selfishness. It ultimately helps you stay grounded instead of isolated. But it only works that way if you choose to treat it like a responsibility and not a reward. I had a business partner that I spent 3 years building a business. It was making me millions of dollars. And then at a certain point, my business partner took some money and basically ran off, and it ended the business. And it was like, sometimes it's an amount of money that will reveal a person's character. It's a really sad situation, but it's also not the first time that it's happened. So here's the question. Is Epstein proof that money is evil? No, he's proof that money without character can be dangerous, that wealth without value can hide and even protect evil. But the answer isn't to fear money. It's to get better at handling it, better at managing it, to build your wealth that serves your purpose and not your pride. Listen, if this resonates, do me a favor and like the video, help the algorithm push this out there, and subscribe if you want more content like this, especially on perspective on building wealth and how-to vids. But beyond that, I also want you to share this video with someone else that actually believes that being rich is evil. Because I don't. I actually think that it's just in the eye of the beholder. It doesn't have to be that way, and you and I can change the story.